lay a hand on her again, and I will kill you.
Don't touch me, dude. You just died from an Yo! I don't even know if I want to continue, guys. You guys are so distracting. Oh my God. Can you come home with me? Damn! I'm telling you, Caleb fans are unhinged. They just want to, you know? They want that. They love it. Zane! Good to see you. My pulse is okay. I saw people calling him the better Zane. That wasn't me. I think what we should do is play... Wow! Let's just, eyes on the road for the story. I picked the wrong one, didn't I? Okay, here we go. No more crying. Here we go. This was the correct one, right? Okay, my vision goes dark. Everything blurs as the universe finds a strange stillness in its chaos. Then it fades to nothing. A strong resonance pulses through my body. It stirs fragmented memories that drift like fading apparitions. Pale planet appears. It's strange yet familiar. And then there's an overwhelming force as silent as a black hole. It's a massive, artificial eye. It's been a while since I dreamt about the explosion. Looking back, those roaring flames feel like a surreal, distant nightmare. Yes, Jeremiah is the same. It is. The searing heat in my dreams is still vivid, but the pain in my heart is gone. Maybe it's because the ether core within me has achieved full power. To investigate and deal with anomalous incidents related to the ether cores, the association secretly began Operation Ether Ordeal. Over the past few months, we swiftly and discreetly handled numerous anomalies and documented information about the new ether core. We termed it the Spatium Core. After completing several investigations, I learned how seemingly unrelated issues were connected in surprising ways. Have you played through this, Miss Jade? Silas's brief absence gave the forces the coveted ether core in the N109 zone an opening. Xavier's former teammates who have gone separate ways possess cutting-edge protocol technology, and their goals extend beyond just targeting Xavier. The strange black crystals are deeply connected to the old battle, causing Zane's nightmare to worsen. And with the watchful eyes of some secret observers, Raphael is forced to quietly search for the power sealed within the tomb of the sea god. When traced back to their source, these unrelated threads are connected to one massive entity. Ever. The limited amount of evidence we have also suggests that the Ever was the true mastermind behind the Bloomshaw District explosion. Okay.
It's been a week since the explosion in the Cascade District. The Farscape fleet still has that region under lockdown. No updates, no details revealed about the investigation. The public is demanding answers.
Is the new fleet colonel defying the Hunters Association by prohibiting hunters from investigating? Would you say tensions are rising?
Deal with those reporters.
Understood.
The entire garden has been blown to bits. Hey, rookie, go investigate.
Yes, Captain. The fleet uniform doesn't quite fit me. I subtly roll up my sleeves and push aside the rubble as I make my way into the garden. The energy trail I can resonate with is faint, but it's similar to the one belonging to an ether core. The source must be a
It's
bit
gonna
over
rain
here.
tomorrow evening, and all traces will be washed away. Make sure to be done before then.
The garden is in ruins. I bend down to dodge the fleet soldiers and crime scene investigators, wearing white gloves on the other side of a hedge. Who are the fleet? I'm a little bit confused by that. Who are the fleet? It's right behind these bushes. The burnt vines twist through the vegetation. The silent oppression swallows even the faintest of sounds. Part of the vines. Behind the layer of leaves and petals, it's as if a small hand darts among the tangled branches. I quickly reach out, but my fingers touch another scorched wall. That brief, vaguely familiar energy fluctuation ripples through the air before vanishing. I knew it. One week ago. I would say this, but I feel like I'm going to cough again. So I'm just going to press confirm.
The dispatch request for the explosion incident has already been denied. And I know...
She sounds different. A lot different.
The details of this case are almost identical to what happened to you.
Did they change the voice actor? Leaning against the control desk, Jenna slides a holographic screen in front of my eyes.
But rushing to Sky Haven at this critical juncture isn't a wise decision. If I suggested you don't get involved for now, would you consider it?
I'm sorry, Captain. You don't sound like my captain. Seeing the glaring denied on the screen, I try to calm myself. But even if it's an unrelated voice actor to that incident, it might involve the ether core. There's no reason for the association to object.
It's not them who are interfering. It's the Far Space Fleet's doing.
Far Space Fleet?
Sky Haven is a floating artificial island that consumes a large amount of energy. The fleet controls its power supply, which grants them a substantial amount of authority. Their new colonel, who's still in the Deepspace tunnel, is concerned about the confidential information related to the fleet, and so he prevents hunters from investigating.
Okay. Understood. I won't go as a hunter then, and I'll also avoid any conflict involving the fleet. Seeing my unwavering determination, Jenna shows a rare instance of exasperation. She sighs.
In other words, you'll encounter more than just Wanderers should you choose to enter Sky Haven. If you're sure about this, then I can approve your request for a long vacation.
Thank you, Captain. The day I arrived in Sky Haven coincided with new fleet cadets reporting for duty. They formed a neat line along the transfer platform. While hidden in the shadows and thinking about how to blend in, I received unexpected help from a recruit who decided to desert. In exchange for my silence, I took her place and successfully moved into the temporary living quarters for new cadets. When tasks were assigned, I relied on these cadets' burning ambition for flight duties, so that I was left with the unwanted ground support role, and it happened. As a result, I was brought to the explosion site in Cascade District. Oh, I never imagined I'd find myself in Sky Haven for a reason like this. Oh man. A cold metal chain touches my neck. It's the necklace I once gave to Caleb. I miss you.
Find anything, rookie?
With stern expression, the captain walks over. I come to my senses and shake my head. No, sir. I haven't seen anything suspicious.
Keep your eyes peeled, and give it another once-over. If you miss anything, it won't be just you facing the consequences when the Colonel's starship returns.
Yes, Captain. I don't know what's with this new colonel, but since he's butting heads with the association, it's probably better to avoid him. I definitely sensed an ether core earlier. If they blocked off the area because of it, I need to move fast. I have a question, Captain. Usually explosions like these involve casualties or people who are severely injured. How can there be individuals who have gone missing? And how did the fleet confirm this? I also heard we weren't sent here to test for traces
Don't
of...
poke your nose in places where it doesn't belong. Mind your own business.
As expected, everyone in the fleet is keeping quiet about the circumstances surrounding the explosion.
Captain, a suspect just appeared. He showed up in HQ.
What did you just say?
The Colonel's starship will be on the HQ's runway in 10 minutes. Command issued an emergency order. We need to head back and deal with the intruder before the Colonel returns.
They're already here. If things get too chaotic, I might be able to use it to my advantage.
Colonel, everything is ready. We'll be landing in Sky Haven without a problem.
Sounds a bit loud.
Do we have any leads yet on the traitor who almost sank us in deep space 3 days ago?
I'm afraid not. Maybe our navigation was off. It could have also been unexpected turbulence.
This trip was a test for the new fleet, Colonel. The old guard are looking forward to me not coming back. Unfortunately for them, I already danced with death once. I won't die again.
Levitation, baby.
It doesn't matter if you succeed or fail. You've chosen treason, so the consequences are still the same. You don't need to return to Sky Haven.
Well, he's charming. Okay. I feel like Silas's intro is still the best. I mean, he's so ballsy that instead of pointing the gun at you, he points the gun at himself. And he's like, do it. I dare you. That is manly. The fleet's command center is located in the highest guard station in Sky Haven. The island itself is surrounded by bright sunlight and cold air. A tall, thin man stands at the edge of the runway, his right hand raised high like a tree touching the sky. It trembles in the wind and I need to drink some water because I keep forgetting. So let's take some protein shake. The sniper had already taken position before we arrived. The suspect is clutching a detonator in his right hand, so they haven't taken the shot. Captain, he's wearing a fleet uniform. Is he one of us?
Storing weapons in his private arsenal and placing explosives in residential areas. Those are poised to provoke outsiders so they'll be dissatisfied with the fleet and the new colonel. All units, the chance to prove yourselves is here. Pull yourself together, maggots!
Don't you dare call me a maggot, bitch. I wonder who this suspect really is, and if he holds important info about this mysterious group.
They made me. The fleet forced me.
Well, you sound like a vampire.
Look at the poor bastard. Driven mad by spending too much time in the deep space tunnel.
What the hell is that? Am I meant to know what that is?
Block all entrances and exits. Make sure no one sets foot on the runway.
Following the captain's orders, the entire runway is quickly surrounded in an impenetrable net. Suddenly a loud buzzing fills the air. Oh, hello, bad boy. You going for a Tom Cruise look? All those Ray-Bans? Am I meant to know what Deep Space Tunnel is? Am I actually meant to know what that is? Shit. Am I actually? I know it's called Love and Deep Space, but I didn't actually know what the tunnel is. Whoopsie. So I just left it on the white screen. It must hurt your eyes, sorry. Under the spectacle of lights, the new fleet colonel, who's been widely discussed, steps out of the sleek black starship. In an orderly fashion, he approaches the man at the edge of the runway. His words are muffled by the wind.
Joseph, you were chosen to be the pilot of a year-long deep space tunnel observation mission. Your outstanding performance 3 years ago was proof of your capabilities.
His voice sounds so similar. The crowd blocks my view and I can only catch a glimpse of the figure through the gaps. His silver armband reflects a dazzling light.
You would have enjoyed the privileges befitting a skilled officer after your return. But 2 months ago, your wife and child died in the fleet's brig.
Yeah, he's Maverick.
Believing you revealed the fleet's secrets during your mission, you put your family under house arrest. They had died as a result. You're the person behind the Cascade District's explosion, yes? And you were trying to make a statement to the fleet by attacking its members.
You know why. You know why, my precious. Oh, my precious.
Joseph sounds as if his vocal cords have been torn. His voice unpleasant to the ear. Good night,
The
alien.
information I collected tells a different
Till
story.
then, I gotta see. Have fun, everyone. We'll catch the VOD.
After your mission ended 2 years ago, you were suffering from the effects of long-term exposure to cosmic radiation. Your memories were severely affected. Hence, you received a prescription for the psychotropic drug Cybazin at the medical center. But you went ahead and increased the dosage on your own. You probably weren't aware that a Cybazin addiction can lead to cognitive dissonance and confusion. That's why, after your overdose, you accidentally killed your wife and child. When you recovered, you created a lie
Goose.
to escape from the pain of what you've done.
He speaks calmly, and then everything becomes quiet.
No, that's not possible. You made me do it. You planted a mind control device in me. It's that chip.
Joseph's hoarse voice is interrupted. Reality instantly distorts behind him as a black hole appears. Its edges blurred.
Enough. You don't need to defend yourself anymore.
As soon as the colonel finishes speaking, the man and the detonator are consumed by the black hole in the blink of an eye. It quickly closes and the clear sky reappears once more. But now the edge of the runway is empty.
Lock down the command center. We still have an unidentified traitor with us.
The order is cold, and everyone snaps out of their daze. My palm starts to sweat and my heart races. There's only one thought in my mind. How did he know? He just got back from the deep space tunnel. Could he really know what's happening on the ground too? Since no one's paying attention, I quietly turn around, but before I can move, I feel as though 1,000 grams have been dropped onto my shoulders. I can't move. This evil is... Kayla, please. I'm really just going out to buy some snacks. I'll be fine.
It's raining. And did you forget how you came back home injured? That was when you went out to buy snacks too. You should stay here.
It's a gravity evo? I love how MC's so oblivious. Like, it's so obvious to us, obviously. But from her POV, she's probably quite far away, but we could just see Caleb. The sound of footsteps stop behind me. A long shadow is cast. The moment the voice speaks, my blood freezes. It's not because I'm scared. I heard this voice before, and I know this voice.
I'll immediately start an investigation into her identity.
He's too quiet, this guy.
No need. I'll do it myself.
My mind goes blank, as if it's the noise around me has been filtered out. Caleb. Why is everyone saying agreed? Are we like in a doctor's meeting? What? And speaking of evil, I think Caleb is one of the most powerful ones with Silas. Yeah, okay, agreed. Ah! I'm forced to sit in a chair used for questioning. Restraints emerge from it to secure my hands and feet. This is the interrogation room on the fleet starship.
The Colonel will question you himself. Good luck.
After the door closes, a harsh incandescent light shines down from above. And another light behind the one-way glass window opposite me turns on. I can only see a blurry figure.
Asking the questions. Please cooperate.
The icy air in the interrogation room gnaws at my chest. I take a deep breath and try to calm down. Colonel, I'm a small fish. Why are you personally interrogating me?
You deceived the entire fleet with a fake identity. Can you really be called a small fish? Do you know what happens to people who pretend to be a fleet officer?
What happens? We get one-on-one time with the Colonel. By figuring out who I am, you didn't attack me. Instead, you brought me to an interrogation room. Either I committed a more serious mistake than pretending to be an officer, or I have a secret that piques your interest. The light behind the glass wall flickers twice, and the silhouette vanishes. He enters the room without missing a beat, his military boots touching the alloyed floor.
If you understand the situation, then let's go ahead and have a nice chat.
Is it really you?
Show some respect to the Farspace Fleet's colonel.
That means he's definitely part of that group. How can a stranger look so similar to Caleb? I can't believe it. Sir, have we met before? You seem familiar.
You're wrong.
But you look exactly like someone I know.
Watch your mouth. There's more than one pair of eyes observing you in this room.
The camera. If he really is Caleb, could there be a secret behind all this? Alright.
Smart move. Good. Let's get started then.
What is
An
this?
interrogation, of course, and a thorough inspection.
That's my gun.
Once we're done here, I'll return it to you.
You touching my chest? Okay. It belonged to someone from my childhood. He died in an explosion, like the one in the Cascade District. I miss him. Sir, can you tell me something? If that person hadn't died, would he support me even now?
In the Farspace Fleet, there are only soldiers and officers.
Then what about you? Will you support me?
Do what you're told and don't cause any trouble. You won't get hurt then.
Oh, I get a choker.
It's a mood tracker.
Mood
The cameras
tracker.
in this room will scan your iris and facial movements before sending the data straight through a terminal. That, along with the monitor's information, will be analyzed to gauge your emotional stability.
Okay.
In other words, there's a catch. You can't lie, no matter what. It's
You.
necessary. Be obedient and it'll be over before you know it. Did you pretend to be an officer just so you could investigate the Ether Core? Be honest.
What? He knows about the Ether Core? What? I don't know.
I told you before, You're not allowed to lie.
I didn't.
Recently, there was a large energy explosion in the N109 zone, related to an ether core. At that time, you disappeared without a trace and didn't check in with any organization, but you weren't punished upon your return. Our intel suggests you were in the N109 zone.
I don't understand.
Allow me to remind you that we are in Sky Haven. We're above the clouds, and even the World Evil government has to abide by the fleet. Your survival here, and your chance at being able to leave this place alive, depend on your honesty and willingness to follow my orders. I will ask again. Did you come to Sky Haven for the ether core?
Is he really Caleb?
Answer me. Remember, the camera is watching. You must tell the truth.
The camera, he's reminding me that's surveillance, so I can't say anything. I'm telling the truth. I'm not related to anything involving an ether core.
This is your last chance.
I don't know anything. What is he doing?
You passed. Surprised? Sure, it's been a while, but you already forgot about me?
It's you, right, Caleb?
Is there another me in the world? Did I scare you?
Hell yeah, brother. It's you, Caleb. I must be dreaming.
It's me. It's okay. I'm back.
Aw, that's sweet, isn't it? We have Caleb. Interesting. Oh my gosh, my hair is going crazy. Yeah, let's keep it back because I can actually see. I saw people calling him the better Zane. That wasn't me. I didn't say that. Interesting. I don't actually understand what his game plan is. I don't know what his game plan is. Honestly, I'm not sure.
Oh, don't be afraid. It's all right. From now on, we'll be living together.
Does this mean we'll never be alone again?
Yes. Starting today, I'll be your grandma.
Grandma? In the empty void I see, everything is like a painting. White background that is seconds away from being drowned in the sea of color. There's one exception, the figure standing before me who's strikingly clear. You. Who are you again?
It's okay if you've forgotten. I'll remind you.
He holds my hand with a radiant smile. His eyes gleam like a sunlight.
I'm Caleb. I'll always be by your side.
What do you mean you used to call him Nene? You still do. My mind returns to the present. All I can see is a greyish-white glow with a metallic chill. Caleb sits opposite me. He reaches for the first aid kit as he holds my wrist, which has marks from the restraints earlier.
Most of the fleet's meds work immediately. It might sting. You need to tough it out.
His tender care is completely different from the cold, intimidating facade he wore in the interrogation room.
What's up?
I need to be sure that it's really you.
You still can't believe I'm back?
He gently holds my hand.
Do I need to do a formal introduction?
Please. He meets my gaze and his voice softens as mirth appears in his eyes.
I'm Caleb. I'll always be by your side.
Those familiar words and kind voice are truly unique. I exhale, my racing heart finally calming down. You were scary in that interrogation room, but now... I shake my bandaged wrist and then slam my hand down on the bed next to him. When he's about to stand up, I get in his way again. It's my turn to interrogate you. What happened after the explosion? The police and the Hunters Association had said...
I don't really remember. It was like a dream, to be honest. When I woke up, I assumed it was connected to the ether core.
So you already knew it?
I just knew. That's all.
Why didn't you contact me? You're a colonel now?
Well...
Tort insurance. I'm impressed you're still alive. Oh boy. What endurance. He turns to look out of the window. The night sky resembles a dark, flowing river.
If I didn't join the fleet, I would have been abandoned.
Abandoned?
That's just how things work, Pipsqueak. So, I couldn't contact you. I can't bear to imagine you being put through that pain again.
Caleb isn't exactly interested in explaining, so I don't press him. What matters is that he's alive. How's Grandma? If you're here, she must be alright. Right?
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect both of you.
As Caleb's gaze loses some of its light, the faint hope in my heart breaks. Huh?
Alright, let's move on. You might start crying again if we don't. We finally reunited. If Gran knew, she'd want you to cheer up.
Caleb closes the first aid kit and stands up. He returns it to the cupboard.
After all that interrogating, shouldn't we relax? You've been running around all day and must be exhausted. Let's get something to eat.
Colonel,
He does look very
the captain
dashing
of
in
the
that
third
outfit, doesn't
squadron
he?
would like to speak with you. He suggested solitary confinement for the traitor you captured.
Come back to me when the bauble around his neck grows a brain.
Damn, he sounds different, doesn't he? When he talks to his subordinates. Caleb, you're being really strict.
Strict? Me?
His armband shines, maintaining his stern expression. Caleb returns to his side. Pipsqueak.
I haven't even disciplined you. And your cover's so good that you're living in the officer barracks?
He helps me off the bed, cradling my injured wrist. He inspects my body from my shoulders down to my waist.
Pack up your stuff. You can stay at my place, you know. I don't live at HQ, so you'll have more freedom to move around.
Awesome! But I'm still a traitor to the fleet. Might be kind of weird if, you know, I'm with the big boy. He lowers my wrist and taps on the other one. Understanding his intentions, I turn around to let him check my back. It'd draw even more attention, surely, and some people might even question your authority.
Are you being considerate on behalf of your fellow fleet mates? Or do you actually want me to prove your guilt so you'll be locked up?
I'm telling you, Caleb fans are unhinged. David's secret. You a Caleb Stan fan? They just want to, you know, they want that. They love it. Once the inspection is done, Caleb moves over to face me.
Don't worry. If anyone dares to question your identity, tell them you're my new adjutant.
Adjutant, huh? So you wanted me to use your influence anyway.
It's an order.
He chuckles. What the hell? Hug the doggo from the terminally online chat. Terminally what? Don't expose us. You guys, honestly, if you guys were a book, it'd be like a children's book because I can understand it straight. You're like, spank me, discipline me.
They're classified. The same goes for the people around him. If rumors could threaten me...
I wouldn't be surprised if you guys start calling Caleb Daddy. Daddy Caleb. I'm like, he's calling you Pipsqueak and you're going to call him Daddy? I'm not surprised.
I wouldn't be wearing this armband.
Caleb's personal aircraft carries us away from Sky Haven's main island, and we go to the surrounding guard station. Golden sunlight traces the crystalline lines across the viewport. In the cramped cockpit, built for two, I tell him everything that happened when we were separated for several months. Everyone's cringing. Oh, that's so funny. You guys love it, really. The researchers being killed one after another. The documents Grandma left behind the ether core within me. Since Operation Ether Ordeal and the Spatium Core are confidential, I omit the details related to the association investigation. See, Raphael fans, check the chat. You know what I mean. Caleb, the one who's pulling the strings as ever. Behind his goggles, Caleb's gaze is unreadable. He grips the control stick and expertly guides the plane through the clouds. I understand. How do I do his voice? I understand. Let me deal with it for now. Ten minutes later, the scenery projected from the starship's camera shifts to a floating fragmented island. The starship slowly descends and passes through an invisible barrier surrounding the landmass. In front of us is a spacecraft-shaped building.
Here we are.
Nice. That is a nice place. I like it. The white glow from the entrance lamp disperses the darkness, and the entire room is flooded with light. You don't like the nickname Kitten? I think Kitten's cool. I hang my bag in a closet by the entrance before running my hand along the cabinet. Look at all this dust. Caleb, you didn't invite me over just so I could clean your house, right?
This place is usually empty, and I rarely stay here. Of course, it's not exactly pretty. Move.
Kitten. Holding a few jackets he took from my luggage, he lightly nudges my
Only
foot.
the toiletries are left. Go ahead and sort out your stuff. Oh, actually, hold on a sec.
After tossing my jackets aside, he takes my finger and presses it on the door's
How long
lock.
are you staying in Sky Haven? If you're not in a rush, why not extend your leave for a few more weeks?
Hunters don't get summer or winter vacations. Captain Jenna let me take some time off, but it's not because I don't have anything better to do.
I almost forgot. You already graduated from Hunter School.
New fingerprint entry completed.
Pick a bedroom you like.
How many does this place have, if you ask me to pick one? I like non-romantic nicknames too. I want a ally who's overly sarcastic and calls me an idiot or dummy. Is that weird? No, it's realistic. I follow Caleb into the living room. The house is spacious, nearly empty in fact. The decor is simply and consists of muted colors. It's devoid of life. Caleb, are you planning to live in Sky Haven?
Why do you ask?
I mean, doesn't this mean we'll be separated again?
You don't want that to happen, right?
No, I'll be busy since I'm a hunter. I'm just giving you a heads up in case you'll miss me. After navigating through several doorways, I stumbled upon a bedroom with comfortable lighting. I stopped for it.
Yeah. Without our wanderer chasing hunter, we'd all be doomed.
Oh yeah. Caleb leans against the doorway and looks
You
inside.
like this room?
It seems cozy.
Okay then.
His lips curl into the familiar teasing smile as he heads towards the kitchen.
Think about what you want to eat for dinner, and your personal chef will make it.
Really? I catch up to Caleb and jump. I wrap my arms around his neck. Make all your specialties. Braised pork, sweet and sour fish, pork chops.
Do you actually want to eat all that, or are you just naming all the menu items? You have quite the appetite.
He's quite a nice guy. I like him. With my weight on him, Caleb pivots before putting me down.
You don't need to help out. Just relax in the living room. Oh yeah, just so you know, that room you claimed is mine.
For those who want to be called dummy, play MLQC and favor Victor the CEOs. You don't have to do that much, guys. I can just call you idiots and dummies as well. Just say no more. Dummies. You don't have to play a game and build relationships with autonomy characters. You can just ask a streamer to call you an idiot and I'll gladly do it. After dinner, Caleb insists on clearing the table himself. He tells me to rest and he'll get my bedroom ready soon. I hesitate for a moment before deciding to ask him about the explosion incident. Just as I reach the terrace, thunder roars from outside. The sound alone makes me jump. Maybe it's because we're closer to the sky here. Seeing Caleb's busy figure, I calm down a little. Caught by his gentle gaze, the words stick in my throat. I can only say a random sentence. I want a soda. Caleb steps aside, creating a path for me to get to the fridge. Help me open it. I hold out to him the can that I took. So Caleb silently stares at me for a moment, then the metal tab is popped open.
You're putting my evol to good use like always.
We toast, our cans clinking against each other. Another roar of thunder startles me. However, I choke.
Still a scaredy cat?
Caleb can't help but chuckle. He pats my back and, as if I'm recording something, he looks out of the window into the night.
I thought you weren't afraid of it anymore.
That's a real cough. What do you mean? Caleb sets down the soda and brings up a tablet that controls many of the house utilities. The curtains are shut, which protects the room from the storm outside.
Remember your astrophobia from when you were little? Didn't you usually hide whenever thunder rolled in?
Maybe it was because the thunder sounded too much like a wanderer's roar. I was still terrified of it months after the Chrono Rift catastrophe that had ended.
At first, I thought you were playing hide and seek with me. But then I saw you were just frightened.
You always remember the minor details. But eventually I became immune to it.
And who should we thank for that?
I look up with his eyebrows slightly raised. Caleb grins. And reflecting on those memories, I pretend to be clueless. I think we should thank my resilience.
You ungrateful pipsqueak.
Don't call me pipsqueak. Caleb teases me and pinches my nose, chuckling at my reaction. He lets go. Of course I remember that whenever there was a storm, regardless of whether it was during the day or night, he always stayed by my side. I didn't dare to fall asleep, but Caleb always covered my ears until I dozed off. The thunderstorms trapped him, the most popular kid on the block, inside the house, and so he had to seek refuge with me in various hiding places. No one else knew it was me that was trapped home, and Caleb was the one who broke that magical cage. Caleb, why were you always the first person to find me? It didn't matter if I hid in the attic or closet.
We probably have a telepathic connection.
Oh yeah? You just got lucky every time.
Yeah, and? Doesn't matter if I'm lucky or not.
Sentimentality grazes my heart's surface. My hand that's resting on the fridge subconsciously twitches. Why do I feel awkward all of a sudden? I mean, isn't telepathy usually something twins have? It still says I'm playing FF7. You joking me? I changed this like before I even started. Thanks for the heads up. Did it change? Thank you very much. Twitch does that sometimes. It doesn't update properly. Like the ones who are involved in this incident. Thinking of those two that were affected by the explosion, my voice lowers. Over the next few days, there wasn't any progress in finding Kevi, and his sister, Maya, is still recovering. Thanks for trying to tell me. Sorry, do you know my chat box? My chat box on the screen is literally that small. Like, if the camera is the screen, it's like there. So, like, it goes so fast that I miss so many comments. Anyway, Caleb,
You still want to investigate?
Mm-hmm. Kev has read my mind. I hesitate for a moment, but before nodding. Kevi is still missing, and I need to know if Ever is related to the explosion. If Ever is involved, there's a good chance I'll get important information that's connected to the ether core. Kevi might have already been marked as their target.
The fleet will handle it. And even if you doubt them, can't you trust me? Since you're on vacation, why not just kick back and relax in Sky Haven?
That sounds like a good... I mean, but Caleb! His sister must be worried sick about him right now. She probably wants to be with Kevi, right? I'm already your adjutant. Promise not to cause any trouble. And if anything bad happens, I'll take full response. Ow! Something hits my head. But it's not a light tap or a smack. Caleb has a serious expression.
What are you even saying? I always have your back. Don't even think about drawing a line in the sand. Take care of yourself. Do that, and you can investigate whatever you want.
So after everything draws to a close, can you come home with me? Damn! If I had a crush on a girl for a very long time, and she thought I was dead, and then she goes, "Can you come home with me?" It'd be like that meme, you know, that meme with the car where it like turns. It's like, my parents aren't home. Whee! Instantly, you know, like a dude's mentality is like, a girl's inviting you to her home. You'll take it. There's not even an option. You just take it. That's the order. Take it.
I remember you saying you'd be fine by yourself, but it seems like you still want someone with you.
I would worry about it if you were always separated.
Is that the only reason?
I want you, Caleb. The fridge door is slightly ajar and Caleb's hand rests on it, seemingly trapped in this confined space. A cool breeze brushes against my shoulders. The faint glow from the refrigerator casts shadows in the depths of his determined, steadfast gaze.
Is it just because I said I'd always be by your side? I'm just messing around. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue?
Feeling the tension dissipate, I pretend to be annoyed as I push him away and change the topic. What do I do here? Who? Do I have to hold it? Hold. Thank you. Move. It's so cold being in front of the fridge. If I get sick, it'll be your fault. Amused, Caleb willingly backs off.
All right. I'll keep my distance. It'll be like there's an ocean between us. You stick to your side, and I'll stick to mine. Don't worry. You won't have to remind me twice.
Damn, we have 72 viewers right now. Hello, everybody. I am alive. It's not a video. Caleb has returned to my side. I should be relieved, happy even, but I tossed and turned in bed that night. As I open my eyes, the bright morning light filters through the curtains. A warm glow is cast on the bedside. After staring at the dimly lit ceiling for what feels like an eternity, I wearily get up. The house is silent. It seems Caleb just left. My breakfast is still warm and is sitting on the dining table. I notice a note tucked underneath it. Your highest priority is resting and enjoying your meal. Everything else comes second, pipsqueak. I smile as I fold the note, and when I sit down, I get a voice message.
Did you eat breakfast yet? I'll be sorting some things out with the fleet. I'll pick you up later.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean by not too overbearing and controlling. This is good. Like, that's nice. It's like, have you eaten breakfast yet? I'm just checking in on you. You know, it's cool. It's fine. One is fine. That's cool, right? Because he made breakfast. He's done the due diligence. You know, he made me, you know, my favorite bacon, eggs, tomatoes. He's made the toast. It's getting cold. Like, he's checking. Zane, however, he's like, your pulse is like 85,000. Why is that? Okay, I'm not hating on Zane. Don't take it as hate, but you see where I'm coming from. It's like, it's not excessive. I finished eating my breakfast while going over last night's plan in my head. Alright, it's time to visit that medical center. Willow Medical Center, Inpatient Doc Department, 9th floor. Thanks to Caleb's support, I quickly find my place where Maya is recovering in. It's been said that Kevi and Maya are very close, and she's the key to finding him.
I'm terribly sorry, Adjutant. The patient has just recovered from being in critical condition.
No one ever addresses you as your title. Like, no one ever comes up to me and goes, I'm sorry, operations manager. Like, and it's a nurse. Like, to just be like, hey, Nate, like,
are prohibited unless her
I should call me
primary care
adjutant.
physician
The hell?
authorizes it.
Can I speak to the doctor then, please? The nurse looks me up and down, and there's a hint in their suspicion
Dr.
in her
Jones
eyes.
is busy with meetings with a visiting team of medical specialists. The earliest you can schedule an appointment with him is next week.
I understand. I'm getting a bit tired now, guys, and I think I've got dinner soon. Maya is in a precarious situation right now, but with the hospital's strict security measures, her safety is guaranteed at least. I find myself walking to the elevator and my gaze falls on the directory sign. The administrative offices are on the 16th floor. If Dr. Jones is in a meeting, he might be on this floor. Bing! The elevator's doors open, and while engaged in hushed conversations, several doctors step out. Well, I guess I can only try my luck upstairs now. Just as I'm about to enter the elevator, a familiar voice cuts through my train of thought like a blade of frost. Zane? We were just talking about you, hey? Hey, Zane, my favorite. My Shayla? What? My Shayla! Zane! Good to see you. My pulse is okay. Don't you dare ask me a question about how I am. The figure wearing a white lab coat turns around, and when our gazes meet, he adjusts his glasses. Surprise flickers in his eyes. Is this the confidential schedule you talked about 2 weeks ago? Don't worry, I'll experience memory loss once I'm back in Lincoln. At the vending machine, Zane gets himself a latte. He gives me a bottle of pear juice.
If I'm not mistaken, A few days ago, you said the association ordered you to take leave. However, I didn't think a medical center in Sky Haven was a vacation spot.
He's already sus of me? Well... He slightly tilts his head back to sip his coffee and frowns because it isn't sweet enough. I don't even take sugar in my coffees because I'm already sweet enough. He scans the department signs on this floor.
You don't have to explain why you're here. It's obvious.
Thank you. I sighed and gave Zane a rundown of the incident. I figured I could talk to Mia and see if she knows anything about Kevi.
Mia is no longer in critical condition. She should be able to receive visitors.
I like how you guys all say doctor. Do you know my sister's a doctor? They don't act like this. Do you know Mia?
Her primary care physician used to be my colleague. He mentioned her during his visit. Since Mia was exposed
Actually,
to a
maybe they
metaflux
do a little bit,
explosion,
actually.
they
Maybe they
checked her
do.
heart to ensure she's all right.
How is she now?
Her physical recovery is going well, but she was badly shaken by the accident. Mia still displays signs of avoiding the outside
I love a
world.
bad boy. I love a bad boy who breaks the rules. Is that a Silas fan or a Caleb fan? Let me know in the comments.
But you talking to her might help ease her nerves.
I mean, if it's possible, I'd like to try. Zane taps the folder containing medical records and then he looks at me.
Give me a second. I'll ask.
Thank you. Thank you, Zane.
Dr. Jones, do you have a moment?
A few minutes pass and then Zane puts his phone away. Under my hopeful gaze, his expression softens as he nods.
Follow me. I'll check on Mia's condition first. And if she's all right, I'll ask her.
Of course. In the pristine white room? In the pristine white room, a young girl around 10 years old sits on the bed. Her face is covered in bandages.
Mia, the nurse said you drank some milk today. That's good.
Mia turns her head without responding. With a blank stare, she looks out the window. Crouches, gently touches Mia's elbow.
Since you listened to the doctor and the nurse, it doesn't hurt as much now?
The little girl slowly blinks, silently acknowledging Zane's words.
While waiting for the pain to go away, do you want a reward?
I want to go home.
A soft voice tinged with sorrow resounds in the quiet ward. My heart feels a faint pang as if that voice reached out to me, urging me to move closer. However, I hesitate, unsure of how to start a conversation. Seeing that Maya had already noticed me, Zane speaks in an even gentler tone which radiates a reassurance.
She's my friend. A skilled hunter who saved many children like you.
Huh?
It's unclear which of Zane's words affect her, but she slightly stirs. Hi, Mia. Zane calmly observes, stepping back only when he sees Mia doesn't flinch at my approach. Do you want to talk? Mia hesitates and nods. Relieved, Zane and I exchange looks. Zane leaves the room, and on his way out, he taps my hand, silently telling me not to stay for too long. Taking a seat beside the bed, I tenderly hold her hand. Mia, what you went through, I also experienced that. You must be really upset. Her small hand slightly twitches in response to my words. Do you miss your brother, Mia? Her empty eyes flicker with emotion. She's about to cry. I don't know why the MC's saying this. Why would... I wouldn't have addressed it like that. I would have just been like... I just would have been like getting to the point really and keeping it more happy. Like instead I said, you must be really upset. Like, I wouldn't have said that to the kid. I think that would just like kind of make them think like, oh yeah, I am really upset. Oh. Alright. I gotta go in a bit. Her eyes are filled to the brim of tears. I mean, don't worry. He's probably just hiding.
But I always find him. I can't this time.
Your brother wouldn't just leave you. He's probably just got into a little bit of trouble. Can you tell me what you saw before the explosion happened? I might be able to help. She stares at me, and just as she's about to speak, a knock interrupts us. A person wearing glasses and a dark-colored uniform enters. He has the fast-paced fleet's insignia on his
Seems
armband.
the colonel forgot to inform us. What brings you here, adjutant?
His scrutinizing gaze washes over me, and I look away. It seems today won't go according to plan. The colonel has his reasons. Just do your job. I'll stop by next time to avoid any trouble. As I'm about to leave, Maya suddenly calls out to me.
Miss?
She retrieves a burnt dog plushie from behind her pillow. She sounds nervous when she speaks.
Thank you for visiting me. Can I give you Lucia as a present?
Lucia is this dog plushie? Sure. Both myths for Caleb. I've got Silas's myths now. I've got Raphael's myths now. We've read through Zane's myth, so now we only need Xavier's, which is really interesting. Really interesting. But anyway, shall we continue? Cool. The MC speaks in this one as well now, right? That's the change. Cool mist rises slowly from the lawn, leaving only a shadowy outline of the hospital wing streamlined white architecture. I squeeze the dog plushie named Lucy. Lucy. And I'm genuinely puzzled about what Maya's intent is. Is this just a gift? Have you made any progress? Zane sits down next to me. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Hey, hang on a second. We've got background music that's not meant to be here. Here. That's better, right? Zane sits down next to me and he gives me a cup that's filled with a drink. I don't know what it is, though. What do you mean, pending? Is the game broken? Did I break the game already? Oh. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I knew that. Is this milk tea a health drink or a fruit slushie?
Warm water.
Wait, how can my character not tell? Is she being sarcastic? I hope she's being sarcastic. He calmly looks over before lowering his head. Then he gently squeezes the dog plushie's cheek. As usual, he delivers his dry humor with a straight face.
Furrowed brows, pursed lips, and a scrunched up face. All symptoms of severe dehydration.
There's no way my face is. I quickly relax my expression, but my brows furrow. Again, upon seeing Lucy. Lucy.
Mia clung to this plushie from the site of the explosion to the medical center. Now it's with you. What did she say?
I said I'd help her find her brother.
Kevi?
Zane pauses, his thoughts drifting for a moment before he shifts slightly. His tone becomes more solemn.
Something or someone must be behind his disappearance. However, by getting involved, you'll have to confront people who are also searching for him.
I know. While the fast-paced fleet dealt with the culprit behind the explosion, the whole thing feels too similar to what happened to me. I'm not sure, but Eva must be involved somehow. Kevi must have something thereafter. Well, there's a secret they're desperate to keep hidden.
The closer you are to the truth, the closer you are to danger. If you truly thought this through.
Once they make their move, there will be a second time. and then a third. I can't just stand there and watch the same tragedy repeat itself with these two.
Aside from Ever, there's another curious matter. I studied in Sky Haven and worked at Willow Medical Center for a while. As a result, I'm familiar with the general atmosphere of this place, but I've noticed how different it is from what I remember.
What are you trying to say?
The fleet.
Okay.
Back then, the fleet wielded a considerable amount of influence beneath a modest facade. They spent most of their time carrying out exploration missions in the Deepspace tunnel. A majority of the people who worked here for 7 to 8 years had never seen what their vessels looked like. This sort of large-scale operation where their forces have been deployed on the ground is unprecedented.
Yeah, it is strange. It's also something that wouldn't be noticeable unless you lived in Sky Haven for several years. Captain Jenna mentioned this before I left Lincoln. The fleet's response to the explosion is different from what they've done in the past. I'll keep a close eye on the situation, but for now, I need to find Kevi as soon as possible. He's been missing for a while now, and he could be in danger. Zane nods and looks up at the dark clouds in the sky.
Did you find any leads?
It's been a week since the explosion. The fleet must have searched for every nook and cranny of the explosion site and the surrounding area. They can't find him. Kevi must have either been taken away or hiding in an even more secluded area. While the latter seems unlikely, I look at Lucia's bag, wide eyes. Did Maya give me a clue?
Let me take a look.
I give Lucia to Zane. He scrutinizes it for a moment before tugging its charred tail. There's a burst of static before a voice crackles from the plushie.
Where are you hiding? I'm done playing.
Mia, you're so silly. I'm in our secret base.
But we said not to hide in the secret base. You're cheating.
Noticing my surprised gaze, Zane places Lucia back onto my lap and strokes his head.
I've seen similar toys with sick children.
I knew it was a smart move to turn to a doctor. I carefully pull Lucia's tail and listen to the conversation again, and then I realize maybe Kevi hasn't been taken away. He just might be hiding. Is this secret base his hiding place? I turn back to look at Zane and speak.
Don't. I'm tired of hearing that.
I'll buy you dessert. Maltosio's dessert menu. And I suddenly recall how Zane had taken several consecutive days there after returning from Chantia. It's something he rarely does. You've already used up some of your vacation time. Will you be busy later? I can get a dessert to go and give it to you at the hospital instead if you want.
This is the first time I've heard of someone inviting another out for dinner by using a complaint.
It won't be the last, I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'll bother you when you're busy. Zane slowly leans back, studies me for a moment, and then reaches for the cup of warm water. His expression remains indiscernible.
I suppose what you need isn't water, but something that's more than lukewarm.
What do you mean? Noticing my confusion, Zane slightly tilts his head and responds, my goodness, there's so many Kirby's on the screen. I look away for 1 second. Slightly tilts his head and responds with and they all look so messed up. But I know there's a lot of Raphael fans. Noticing my confusion, Zane slightly tilts his head and responds with a smile that carries amusement and resignation.
We both have to deal with challenges, one after another. If we want to see each other, then there will be moments like this where we can sit together, no matter how hectic things get.
He lifts Lucia's head and the plushies stare at me with its dewy, black eyes.
Once you help Mia, take some time to think about what you'd like to eat with me.
That's sweet. He's warming to me, guys. Oh no, he's warming. He feels warm. Following the explosion, the fast-paced fleet uses wanderers as their reason for sealing off the area and evacuating all residents within a 2-kilometer radius. Maybe the week-long search has led them to believe Kevi is no longer in this neighborhood. No fleet soldiers are stationed here tonight either. The charred ground reveals several sets of footprints, all disorderly. Many have passed through this place. Kevi. As I enter a backyard, I see a scorched swing and a slide that's been reduced to a metal frame. I pause before carefully tugging Lucia's tail. If Kevi is still around, he might hear this. After a few minutes, I notice faint sobbing. Suddenly, a familiar energy fluctuation ripples through the air. Behind the shrubs, a tear in reality around half a meter wide materializes. A timid little boy emerges. He's hesitating. Realizing I'm not his sister, he tries to run away, but I quickly call out to him. Wait, Mia sent me. The boy freezes. He turns around, but his head is still lowered. He's unwilling to meet my gaze.
You shouldn't come any closer. Don't look at my face. Have I become a monster?
Granulated crystals seem to be growing around his eye sockets, almost engulfing his whole face. A few months ago, I saw this sort of phenomenon in the N109 zone, with those monsters and in Chancia City. W feature, Nate. Thank you. No worries. It looks a little bit buggy, and the Kirby's are like radioactive, but the Raphael ones, if you're a Raphael stan, your Kirby's working fine. He looks okay. I don't know if it's too distracting. Let me know, and I'll get rid of it. And also, this is the super secret LND stream. We will do Tekken though, but I wanted to get this out of the way first. A sharp pain shoots through my palm, but the growth stops. Just as I thought. I've seen this before. You're not a monster, little boy. You're just ill and need to get treated as soon as possible, and I know someone who could help you. She's recovering in the medical center, and after the surgery was over, there haven't been any problems. I take Kevi's hand and wipe away his tears. Right now, she's worried about you, Kevi. Can you tell me what happened on the day of the explosion? How did you manage to stay hidden? The secret base you have with Maya. Commented by my words, he stops sobbing, and he withdraws his hand and reveals something to me. In the center of his palm is a tiny crystal fragment. This is... A familiar energy reverberates in my heart, and I slowly exhale. It's the last spatium core fragment we've been looking for.
When the explosion happened, Mia and I were playing hide and seek. I was in our secret base while she was outside. She couldn't find me. I was hiding for a couple of minutes. Then I heard a loud bang and blacked out.
We're just trying to finish the chapter, and maybe we'll do a little bit more LND, and then we'll play some Tekken.
Protected by this thing that Mom and Dad left.
Kevi looks down at his palm, and the protocol fragment emits a gentle, soft glow. Your parents left this?
Yeah. They also said I need to take care of Mia. And that I shouldn't be found, and use this to hide whenever I'm in danger.
So this fragment, you can create a space. The secret base you and Mia talked about, right? Lowering his head, he nods.
After the explosion, I slept for a long time. And when I woke up, I wanted to find Mia, but there were people outside looking for me.
And who were they?
I don't know, but they were dressed like Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad said that when they're not around, I shouldn't trust those people or go with them. I can't trust anyone.
This must mean Kevi's parents knew there were people in the fleet who wanted to harm him. I bet other groups were also involved. At this point, letting the fleet find Kevi might not be for the best. I touch the black crystals on Kevi's face, and he slightly flinches from the pain. But even if we only consider his health, Kevi can't stay here anymore. Maybe having him leave Sky Haven temporarily is the only way to ensure his safety. Well, in that case, the Hunters Association, which has been kept out of these events since the beginning, will be one. I know you're in danger. And you really want to see Maya right now. But you need to keep this fragment safe and hold on for one more day. I'll make the necessary arrangements and return to you as soon as I can. He's quiet. Then he pats Lucia's head. He pats Lucia's head and nods.
Tell Mia something for me? I'm okay. Tell her not to worry.
Tuesday, innit? $5. Oh boy. Stain!
Don't rush. Speak slowly. Did you find Kevi?
When his voice comes through the phone, it's almost as if a warm hand is soothing my troubled mind. Yes. He has a spatium core fragment. He's been using its power to hide himself. He's also infected with something that involves black crystals. But his condition seems better than what we saw in the patient at Chancia Hospital. In Chancia Hospital, Zane and I arrived at the preliminary conclusion. The ether core's power doesn't cause transformations like this, and someone is responsible for creating this crystal-related disease. And assuming that that's the case, they're deliberately turning people into monsters. After I reveal this conclusion we never really discussed before, the other end of the line is silent for a few minutes.
A few years ago, I witnessed something similar. That person was my friend.
Recalling my conversation with Zane in the Arctic, a guess forms in my mind. Was it the one who died in Mount Eternal? It can be because...
Yes. After that incident, we learned that under extremely special circumstances...
I'll give you a secret, guys. You can duel each other with the Kirby's, and I think it's completely random, but if you type in !duel, and then space, and then someone's name, you can actually fight each other, I think. Try it.
When Wanderers strike, their attacks cause energy crystals to grow in the afflicted
Yeah, I think
area.
it works.
They corrode the human body and grow a sort of shell over it. Once that happens, the victims can lose their
I'm
sanity
getting so
within
distracted. There's
seconds
about to be a Pokemon battle right now.
and
Holy cow.
uncontrollably lash out at anyone around them.
Some of the vague relationships between a few things become clearer. Zane's secret research, the small animals at Dr. Noah's home. Your research with Dr. Noah in the Arctic involves this, right?
It does. Based on your description, Kevi's transformation hasn't truly started. But it's hard to say if we should delay our attempts to treat it.
I have a feeling that if he stays in Sky Haven, someone is trying to duel me. Wow, Mary declined the duel. Damn.
I'll find a way to transfer him to Oxo Hospital, and
Oh. I'm getting so distracted, guys. You guys are so distracting right now. I was just about to ask about that. When can you pick up
the
Kevi?
hospital can't reach his guardians, which could be a problem. I'll have everything arranged by tomorrow night at the latest.
I think it does. I think you can only do it one at a time. Hello, Nate. I was watching your stream and ended up drawing me. Oh, jeez. Gosh, I wonder what I look like. Oh my goodness, like a dumpling or something? I'm not sure. Do you guys have a suggestion where Casey can upload that to me? Help out a girl, yeah? And thank you as well. I don't think you normally come and chat, so it's really nice of you. Maybe Imga? I'm not sure. Then I'll bring Kevi to you at that time.
There's one more thing. A necessary reminder, so to speak. Since Kevi has
I need to try and figure out myself, I think,
it's
but
possible Ever will keep looking for him. You must be mindful of your own safety.
yeah, sure. Before coming here, I thought I'd grown stronger. I thought I'd be capable enough to handle the challenges that awaited me. But I didn't expect them to become even more difficult. Fortunately, I've never had to face them alone.
Perhaps I'm also doing this for myself.
After the call ends, my beating heart finally begins to calm down. I look up at the moonlight hidden behind the dark clouds, and the night is still with no wind or rain. The stars are shining brightly. I suddenly wonder, is Zane also looking at the same night sky right now? The lieutenant's appearance at the medical center today means the fleet is keeping Maya under close surveillance. I need to avoid them if I want to bring Kevi there. Which means I need to keep this from Caleb somehow. During my trip back to the station on the floating island, the previously peaceful sky suddenly becomes dark and gloomy. Thunder roars in the distance. It might start raining again. My phone has several unread texts from Caleb. Where are you? When will you be back? I'm at the supermarket, smiley face. Fudge, man, lady, you read so damn fast. I can't even reread that. That was too quick.
Everyone's on edge because of the explosion in the Cascade District.
The Deepspace tunnel's been acting up again, and more wanderers are showing up in Sky Haven.
I send over my location's coordinates and then it starts to drizzle. I join the crowd under the overpass. The atmosphere grows heavy with an eerie chill. A figure clad in black, half their face concealed by a high collar appears. Their greenish-grey hair is loosely tied.
Excuse me.
I thought that was going to be Xavier. But they don't move. Something's off, so I move to the side. Can I help you?
Yeah, you can.
Ooh. Do try. All of a sudden, there's a small explosion nearby. The scorching heat throws me back a few meters.
It's a wonder!
Run!
I steady myself, covering my nose and mouth with one hand and waving away the smoke with the other. The stranger is still here. He pulls down his collar to reveal his face. With a forked tongue and white, slit pupils, he grins mysteriously as if knowing this would happen.
Has anyone warned you that a unique hunter like yourself could get into some real trouble around these parts?
It's a snake. It's a snake. Aiming for my throat. Yeah, he definitely aims for my throat. Jeez, he's tough. I instinctively lean back and narrowly avoid the silver blades. I pistol whip him, the gun landing a decisive blow on his head. Hearing that satisfying sound, I know I did a good job. I turn around. From the broken remains, wires and metal bits burst out along with a bunch of tiny bolts.
You're annoying. I can't hear anything now.
The man touches the broken part of his ear before tossing the short-circuiting implant into the drain. The half-heard. Thank you for the follow. If I take the ether core from you...
Trade it in for an ear with some nice bass.
The scattered electrical equipment is sucked into a metaflux surge as it spawns several strange-looking wanderers.
Oh well, let them have some fun.
Is this some kind of weird joke? My hand moves behind my waist. Amidst the dirt and rain, a bright red flash materializes. A wanderer that has lunged forward is sent flying back several meters. Who the hell was that? An apple? Having found its mark, the apple continues on its gravity-defying trajectory. I turn my head. Caleb grabs an apple from the paper bag he's holding. He throws it up and catches it in his right hand.
The supermarket wasn't having a sale on produce today, and my bullets aren't exactly cheap.
Caleb! He gives a big fat hug. I raise my gun and swiftly position myself beside him. I keep an eye on the wanderers approaching us.
This isn't a game. I won't let you charge in alone.
Thank you. Don't underestimate me. I can pull my weight in a battle just like you know. And that's when we fight. Boom. I don't even know if I want to continue, guys. You guys are so distracting. I was meant to finish this, and I feel like I've got ADHD now. Like I'm like looking at radioactive Kirby's that aren't working properly. I made a Discord in like 2 seconds. Right, should I open Discord? I'm really scared.
Download complete.
Oh, who's that? I can't even see that. What was that? Download complete? The half heard. Total 100 bits. Thank you. What is a bit, guys? What is a bit? I thought it's like you got bit, kilobit, megabit, gigabyte, and then it's terabyte, right? I'm guessing it's like a point in Twitch. There's so much going on. This is an ADHD. I might just start renaming these to ADHD streams. Bang! The last wanderer is flattened by an unseen force and scatters debris in all directions. Caleb! Muddy water is everywhere, but Caleb seems unfazed as he brushes aside the damp strands of my hair. He's brushing my hair? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. He's so sweet. What a gentleman. Come on, guys. Did you say anything, Caleb, or did you just say nothing there?
Are you hurt?
There we go. Yes, I'm okay, bro. I'm good, man. I've just received 100 bits. Caleb holds out his hand, his fingers slightly extended. A barrage of stone shards chase after the fleeing figure cloaked in a dark greyish green.
Eat some fruit. I'll be right back.
Ooh, damn. He's gonna kick his ass. Come on, kick his ass. A paper bag lands in my hands, and before I can respond, Caleb vaults over the railing and just disappears into the night. How did Caleb get here so quickly?
Perfect vessel, my ass. It doesn't even look as good as us unfinished products. Damn it.
Sharp shards pierce through half of Viper's face, and before he can even cry out in anger, a kick knocks the wind out of him. Powerful force slams into the ground, which instantly destroys the other half of his face.
I see it's shedding season again, Viper.
I gotta admit, Viper's hot.
You bastard! I'll
He's pretty attractive. Caleb increases the weight. Immediately, the crisp sound of something cracking reverberates. Those invisible restraints are like iron that even make Viper's knees crack.
You stop it!
What are you guys lolling about? A white prosthetic eye floats into Caleb's hand and is crushed in an instant.
Who gave you the right to approach her?
What, is it because I think he looks hot? He looks hot. Man's got a chin. You seen his chin?
The professor
Look at that chin.
It's not time to go after her yet.
He's like an evil John Cook, or whatever he's called. Yeah, evil John Cook. It feels as if a swamp is slowly squeezing the air out of his lungs, making it difficult to breathe.
There are less than 72 hours before the final cleanup. I'm just
I should try VAing the snake. What, like this? There are less than 72 hours before the final cleanup.
If you can't retrieve the protocore fragments, you're done for.
You're done for.
Which hand
This
did you
is
touch
this voice acting is almost better than Final Fantasy X's. Hashtag burn.
This one.
He's unfazed by the threat. Click. Viper's left hand is twisted and he almost passes out from the pain.
This, you need to protect her. It's a bit much. Wouldn't you say you're overprotective? Borders obsessed.
I love it. The pain. I love it. I love it. 10 out of 10. Good job, Viper. That was very good VAing. Good job. That was really good. Well done. Raindrops are suddenly suspended in the air, and they're like countless silver needles that are ready to pierce him at any moment. He can't even laugh. Caleb crouches down, meeting Viper's gaze. He slightly smiles.
Lay a hand on her again, and I will kill you.
Ooh. Oh, I think I personally crossed the line with the, you know, with the kill you kind of side, you know. Unable to find Caleb, I have no choice but to retreat to the overpass. The soaked part of the paper bag I'm holding leaves a chaotic pattern on my hand. It almost resembles a winding labyrinth. A brown paper bag in your hand, wet, looks like a labyrinth. That person knew I had an ether core. Is he an assassin? Lay a hand on her again, and I will kill you. It reminds me of Final Fantasy 16 Clive. I'll kill you. I love that part. He wasn't planning to kill me. It seemed like he was testing his prey.
Why are you standing here in the rain?
Sweet cheeks, you like left me there, and then you just made me stare at a paper bag for like 5 minutes. Okay? You okay, man?
I'm fine, but I lost track of him.
Oh, let's just rub his nipple a little bit. Oh, ooh. Having checked Caleb's hand over and over again, my anxiety only dissipates when I confirm he's unharmed. It's okay. I got some of the parts he dropped. I'll take them back for analysis. Hopefully there will be something to learn.
We'll talk about it later. Let's go home.
He takes off his coat and drapes it over my head. With his arm around my shoulders, his warmth quickly envelops me.
Give me a heads up next time you go out. I can't help but worry about you when you're all alone.
Yada yada. Upon returning home, Caleb ushers me into the bathroom. Excuse me? I'm wrapped in the hot water's warmth. After getting out of the shower, I put on soft loungewear, the rain's chill having faded away. And in the living room, I scan the parts and upload the data to my watch. A steaming bowl of ginger soup appears on the coffee table.
You didn't dry your hair. Again.
The Tekken's coming, I promise. I really promise the Tekken's coming. The Tekken is coming. But this is taking freaking ages because we've got ADHD in the chat. Okay? Okay, capiche? Okay? I was meant to try and reach Tekken King. But I can't do it because I'm stuck in this game. Freshened up, Caleb brings over a towel. He sits down on the couch and pats the spot next to me.
Come here.
Come here. You want me to hug? Oh, hold the bowl of soup while Caleb towel dries my hair. Yo, this guy's a gentleman. I like this guy. He's nice. He's nice. He's really affectionate. I haven't seen any of the other characters so far, like, rubbing my hair or, like, you know, keeping me warm and stuff. He seems really, really affectionate. It's been a while since I received your service like this.
Oh, so you know it's a service. And that's why you always plop onto the bed to play with your phone while your hair's still wet.
It's because I know you'll help me.
Okay, Pipsqueak.
Boom, bitches? Damn, Mesaw. Thanks for the follow. Through the towel, something taps my head. It's not too gentle and not too rough. Though, don't you think you've gotten better at drying my hair?
Have I? I moved out to live in the college dorms. Then I moved again for the DAA after graduating. Looking back, it's been forever since I was really home. That means it's also been a long time since I helped you dry your hair.
Whoa, whoa. He tilts my chin before using his fingers to comb through the disheveled strands. There's no rush, and we have more than enough time together.
Yep.
With a promise made, a new thought crosses my mind. I should be streaming Tekken. That is what I'm thinking. What happened to the Tekken stream? I started at 8 PM for Tekken 8.
They don't know. And they won't. It wouldn't be smart to have too many people in on this. They aren't required to know everything about me anyway.
My phone screen suddenly lights up. I see a news alert about the explosion in Cascade District. Alright, Kevi. He removes the towel from my head and walks to the bedroom.
I'll grab the hairdryer. Give me a sec.
You've been catfished, but you kind of like it, right? Yeah, Casey. I don't think I've seen Casey too often here in the chat, but it's nice to see you. Aware of the warnings Kevi's parents gave aware of the warnings Kevi's parents gave and the fleet's close surveillance of the siblings, I realized things are in a more sinister light. Is it possible Caleb knows something about this? I don't want to doubt him. He stops in his tracks and turns to look at me. Yet the question I want to ask is stuck in my throat. My words are impossible to voice. This is Caleb we're talking about. Regardless of the situation. You calling me sir? My goodness. Alright, madame. Madame Casey. Besides, he can read me like a book. If I can't get information from him, he sees right through me anyway. What happens after won't be good. It's nothing, Caleb. I just wanted to tell you to hurry up. My hair is going to air dry at this rate. Caleb leans down and his fingers brush against my temple. Some of the water trickles down my face.
Considering how your hair is still dripping, yeah, I should be quick about it. Maybe I'll cook some congee first.
Oh, I love congee. I love congee. As I watch Caleb walk away, I'm like, damn. A sense of guilt creeps over me like an evening mist. Look at all the little Kirby's that are mutated. It's weirdly cute. Maybe we should keep it like that. Okay, last chapter. My attention span is waning extremely. Nabila, I think when they mean Dom, they mean like how do we say it to her? There we go. I didn't know mods were also hardwired to spill the truth and nothing but the truth. Damn, son. I'm like, let's be really subtle here. Let's be really subtle here. And House is like, dominatrix. When I wake up the next day, my head feels foggy and my throat is kind of itchy to cough. Maybe it's because I got caught in the rain yesterday. What are these for? As soon as I enter the living room, I stop in my tracks. Boxes of various sizes that weren't there before are now here. Caleb rolls up his sleeves. He sits down on the floor and pieces something together from the scattered parts around him.
This place has been empty for too long, so I bought some stuff. Take a look. Do you need anything else?
It's okay. I'll only be staying here for a few days anyway. I gotta go.
Why? You don't plan to visit me anymore?
No, of course not. I rub my stuffy nose. Content, Caleb smiles, wipes his hands, and gives the assembled robot a pat on the head.
Hello, Master.
I love the robot's voice acting. The little robot screen forms a smile.
When you're on the bed and glued to your phone, it can bring you snacks and drinks.
Sure. The warmth in Caleb's smile makes me feel even more guilty. I'm sorry. If the fleet is just trying to protect Kevi, then I'll make it up to you once he's safe. I promise. Oh! Lady! I'm asking you to get closer. Thank you very much. I sit next to him and attempt to mask my nervousness with a pleading look. Caleb, I agreed to have dinner and watch a movie with some classmates in Sky Haven tonight. Can you give me a ride? It's not that far, and you can take me there since your plane can just, you know... Kevi agreed to meet at midnight, but after careful consideration, I decided to head out early to avoid any problems. I made that suggestion to Caleb so he wouldn't overthink things.
You shouldn't go out. I can tell you're coming down with a cold based on your voice alone. Focus on resting today, so you can recover.
Caleb opens another box and busies himself again.
There's a weird energy fluctuation in the Deepspace tunnel. All the Wanderers in Sky Haven are riled up because of it. To ensure everyone's safe, Sky Haven will be under lockdown tonight. We'll be doing a cleanup.
Isn't eliminating Wanderers supposed to be a hunter's job? What kind of threat could possibly warrant a large-scale response from the fleet?
Doesn't matter. Since the fleet is in charge of Sky Haven, safety is our highest priority.
He pauses and looks up.
I won't be around tonight, so don't even think about going out. Got it?
But do you know it's pretty good that I'm still sick. This isn't good. I need to get Kevi out of there. Pretend to give an or. I promise it'll be quick. What if I have an emergency and need to go out, man?
You can't.
This is important to me, Caleb. Come on. It'll only be a few minutes at best. Oh, I'm not liking his.
Except nothing
I'm not liking his attitude right now.
is more important than your safety.
He gives me a warm smile and rests his hands on my head.
Please, stay here. I can't do any more than this.
What? He responds with a smile. It's the same one I've always seen, but his gaze is a little too cheerful. He's hiding something. Care to be honest with me, is the cleanup tonight related to the explosion?
You're overthinking it.
He looks away and pretends to study the sketch. I grab his chin, forcing him to look at me. You're lying.
What about you, then?
I'm not lying. I am ill. He calmly grabs my right hand and reveals the gun I had put on my waist.
Why do you need a gun at a friendly get-together?
That's because I'm paranoid. His grip on my wrist tightens.
Don't forget about the ether core in your body. You're not a normal hunter. And the whole explosion incident is complicated. One wrong move, and you'll be trapped here forever.
The fleet isn't just here to investigate the explosion, right? Are you hiding something? Do you know when they do do you know when they do like your character said something and then they respond with a grunt? It just always makes me think like they took a huge dump and they're like Is that me being stupid? I think that's me being stupid, right? Like I've never responded to someone like that. If someone's like, Nathan, you really disappoint me right now, I'd be like, It's just funny. It's funny to me, but whatever. I'm a weird person. After what seems like an eternity, he suddenly lets go.
Sorry.
Yeah, you better be.
Do you remember what I said?
No.
Leave it to me. I won't break my promise to you.
My lips tighten into a thin line, and the increase in body temperature that I've been fighting hits me. I slowly lean back and sink into the sofa.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have upset you.
Caleb kneels. He takes my wrist that he had grasped earlier and massages it with his thumb.
But tonight's operation isn't just a normal patrol. You're unaware of the dangers here.
Are we dating this guy? Because he acts a little bit too... I feel like he's too close, do you know what I mean? Like if I'm not even dating him, we're just friends. His earnest gaze follows mine when I try to look away. For some reason, this version of Caleb feels like a stranger. Wait, that's my part. Sorry. So when it's ... I have to grunt, right? So do you really mean it?
Cross my heart.
Cross my heart. Make a pinky promise. You made a promise to me. Don't forget about it. As the day draws to a close, I still haven't found an opportunity to leave. I hope the round-the-clock shuttle service won't be affected by the cleanup. Only when my phone gives me a no-service message do I realize how thorough Sky Haven's lockdown is. Outside darkness cloaks the scenery with the trees' shadows. When it's 11 p.m., I hear the faint creak of a door opening outside. After silently counting to 30, I quietly get out of bed and go to the living room. Here we go. No one's here. Only a single wall lamp illuminates the room, and the furniture's shadows are plastered on the house's white walls. I let out a sigh of relief and try to find my gun that Caleb put away.
Looking for something?
Caleb, you're still here. Caleb stands behind me, his arms crossed, and the light casts irregular patterns on the floor.
I was about to leave.
Go ahead. I'm getting a drink. A cup that's filled with water floats over to my side. Whoa! Along with 2 white pills.
You were coughing a lot during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch a cold because of yesterday's rain?
No, I'm a project manager, so I speak a lot. It's just a small cough. Did you just freeze on me, dude?
Take some meds before you go back to sleep.
I think you need to take the medicine. His gaze is calm and gentle, showing no signs of discontent. It's as if my pitiful lie fooled him. Okay. I won't lie. I won't let him worry about me tonight, at least. I put the pills in my mouth and wash it down with the water. I emptied the cup in one go. Did I? I emptied the cup in one go. Okay. I'm not going to do it. The ticking of the clock's second hand echoes in the dimly lit room, emphasizing the silence between us and our mingling breaths. Without even thinking, I avoid his gaze. I hesitate for a moment before heading back to the bedroom. Good night.
Good night.
Wow, it's a beautiful moon. Yo, it's my character.
Hey.
Don't touch me, dude. You just died from an Yo!
If I kept you here with me like this, would you think I'm being too selfish?
I mean, he's got good intent, to be fair. He lets us out
only
anyway.
us now. Let's say I had noticed these threats that were lurking around you earlier. Knowing then what I know now, none of this would have happened, right?
He looks very masculine here. Should be a very deep voice, like like the Korean guy.
Don't worry. This nightmare will come to an end. I promise.
He is cool though. I think he is a cool character.